Welcome. This is Glendin ThePackRat, and the field has now gotten ready to harvest. So, I have hired a worker to go ahead and run the harvester. Let's go ahead and jump into the tractor, and I need to I need to latch up with the with my little chase vehicle here. I need to get ready for when he pipes out. Can't see it. There we go. In for open to cover. We have plenty of gas, and we are going to run this. And this is canola. This is the high-priced black gold. And we are going to run this harvester to death. And we're going to try to keep up with him. And I don't know about how the cruise control works on this, but I think I'm going to flip around right here and figure it out. I think cruise control is 3, isn't it? Will it not? Will it? No. 3 just hauls ass. 2? 1? No. No, 3 just wants to haul ass. So, I don't know if I'm doing cruise control right or not. But I'm going to park up here on the end and get our first little taste of black gold. This is another way I used to do it instead of chasing, actually being the chase truck. You just come up here near the end, and the guy will stop for a second and dump off what he's got in there before he makes his swing. Unless I'm too close, then he'll have to stop, which I really didn't want to do. I want him to keep him going, but this isn't, if it was a massive field, yeah, you don't want to waste any time at all, because that means product you're not getting. But this is a tiny field, so I really don't have a problem with let's getting our first little taste of the black gold. Pipes out, he knows exactly what I want. He's going to stop there a second, and he's going to pipe in the black gold. There it is. Over $1,000 a ton. Very nice, and he continues on his way afterward. So this is another way to harvest. You just let them go two rows, and then you set up at the end, or you wait till he's full and then go up and get it. Either way, it's going to cost you a moment or two of him stopping and letting it pipe in. But yeah, look at the back, how it's throwing out the chaff, and it's just spraying it out there. Really nice graphic mechanics on this, the way they're doing it. And I'll wait for him to do a couple of passes, and then I'll go up next to him and pipe it out. And when we get full, we'll figure out where to bring it. Let's see. Who's got canola? Canola. Diner is... Well, so every one of them's got 1,000, so it's 191. Flour Mill's got it so far. It's 259. Still 259. Flour Mill, 259. Sold to the Flour Mill at $1,259 per ton. And Flour Mill is right up the road. Across field 11. So, yeah, we will be going to the Flour Mill, and it is the closest place to us. And we'll be taking this black gold in to sell. And maybe we'll have enough money to pay off the loan of the, let's just not go there anymore, the stupidity. And we will maybe get a bigger tipper and replant the field. And then replant the field, and replant the field, and replant the field. Really what I like to do is not only get a bigger tipper, but maybe we should put the money aside to get this next field over here, which would be number 15, which is a monstrous field. It's at least, well, let's look at the map again. That's not the map. 9. That number 15 is at least, what, 6 or 8? 6 times at least the size of 16? Wow. That 15 would be a huge purchase. And it would take a long time. I would be harvesting and planting at the same time on this field with the equipment I have. That little field I have there would be nothing compared to this. And I would have to have a bigger tipper, and I'd have to buy bigger equipment. I mean, I'd have to buy a bigger tractor just to haul the stuff around. Purchase the field. That's $300,000. I mean, I don't know. Depends. We could do a couple of fields of that one over there, and we could just possibly pull this off, depending on what kind of money we get for this black gold. I'm thinking the best thing to do would be to go for this field first before we go for better equipment. And when we hit this field, we could be harvesting or planting that field while this field is ripening. And when we go to harvest this field, oh, it's on. We are in the money. But it's about $300,000 for this field. Now, if we don't get stupid and blow money on other things, then we could get this field. We could go for this next. Let's not blow money on just stupid shit. Of course, we could do mowers and cows. Mow some stuff, then pick it up and then feed the cows. And the more and more cows you have, the more and more money you make. Of course, there'll be solar panels and windmills later as well. Let's tab over to him. Look, he's about half full. Yep, it's still a nice clean windshield from when we washed it before. Very nice. And all the black gold is just accumulating in the back. Wait till we get one of these massive fields. I mean, that field isn't even the biggest, 15. Look at number 9 up there. Look at 18. Look at 13. My God, those are big fields. I wouldn't know what to do with all of that. 15, I think 15 and maybe 18 and 17 would be all I would ever need. Unless, of course, I were to plant trees in the other fields and then harvest them another way. I'm not sure. I still get upset when I talk about trees. Because that was a mess. That was a real mess. And somebody gave me a comment. Somebody told me that you have to hold both buttons down to close the claw, which is what I was trying to figure out how to do. So, never mind. It was my stupidity that did that, and we're almost full, and he's going to pipe out at the end. So, let us meet him at the end. Meet him down here where he's going to pipe out. I did fertilize the field, so I'm hoping for a really good yield. I think I didn't get too close to this, but close enough for him to reach me. Of course, I could be too close. No, I should be alright. Just right at the edge of the field, he'll pipe out and dump his load and then turn around and keep going. And then we will get to sell this stuff soon, if we get a full load. And if it's 1,000 per ton, then that's a lot of black gold coming into there. Look at that. Just thinking about the bigger combines and the bigger fields and the bigger tippers and the huge amount of money that'll change hands. The black gold is flowing. Look at that. Canola seeds. course, later on we could do corn and every other thing. Corn's pretty cool to deal with, but you need different machinery for that. Canola is what you can start with. Oh, yes. Let him go past a couple of times. Yeah, this is all about harvesting this field. You know what? While we're waiting, I wonder what this little field here is. 17. 17 would be the next logical choice to get and go back and forth between these two fields. But let's see what this is. How much would 17 be? $17 would probably be more in our price range to get. Gotta get closer, closer, closer. Oh, almost 200. Yeah, but we could still do that. 200. After this, if we wanted to take out a bank loan, we could do a second field. I'm pretty sure we could float that. But I really don't want to do a bank loan. I'd rather do it by the sweat of my brow and not by some banker. That's kind of how I live my life. It's, okay, I got another story for you. If you don't want to hear it, close your ears. But somebody ought to say this. I had a grandmother who was a real evil, nasty bitch. I can't put it any other way. Sorry for my French, but real evil and nasty. She acted nice to everybody. She must have been a sociopath, really. She acted nice to everybody, but when I was a kid, she decided to take my social security number and my name, which was the same as my father and my grandfather before him. And this was the grandmother on my father's side. And she decided to start using my identity to buy things. Credit cards, cars. I had, by the time I was 12, I had car repossessions. I had, you name it. I had credit cards that were closed on. I even had a house foreclosure. How the hell did I have a house foreclosure when I was 12? Really? Well, back then, you didn't have the internet yet. This was back in the late 70s. I was born in 62. So in 72, I was 10. So you're talking, 75? That this happened? In 1975, there was no internet. There is no, you can just look it up and see what your credit score is. No, you did it by mail. You did it by, when I was 17, I figured out that I went to go get a credit card, my first credit card. And, well, they turned me down. And I'm like, why did you turn me down? And they gave me, they told me how to go get my credit report. And I did that, and I put it in the mail and basically filed some paperwork for it. Got my credit report and was shocked that I had all this. No, don't back up into me. I shouldn't have been there. That I had all this stuff on my credit report, and I was 17 when I found out. And back, according to the dates, I had all this stuff going on back when I was 12. And that's where it started, and it kept going. So I wrote letters, and I talked to, Experian back then, and it was like 3 different credit companies, and I had to talk to each one of them and find out who had my credit, because they kept passing it back and forth, and I would try to clear some stuff up, and then I would continue to try to clear it up, and they'd pass it off to another company, and now I have to start it all over again with another company. Well, long story short, it took her one day to put something fictitious on my credit report, and took me weeks to have it taken off. So after I fought till I was like 24, from 17 to 24, and finally gave up. I could not get a credit card, even though I had a stable job and have had it for over 5 or 6 years, was making good money. I couldn't get a credit card. I couldn't get a bank loan for a car. I couldn't get anything. So everything I've ever had to do in my life, I had to earn the cash for it first, and then go and buy it once I had the cash. There was no credit card. There was no owning a house first. You had to get the money together first, then go buy it with cash. Because my credit was completely crap, and it's my grandmother that did it to me. And that happened to me before I even understood what credit was, or knew what credit was. So I still, to this day, will not even go get a credit card, even though after 7 years, well, now after 7 years, it's supposed to wipe out your credit, but that's completely bull because they can still look back and see what the previous stuff was. It never goes away, even though it says it's supposed to. That's just, it's not right by any means. She's long dead now. There's nothing I can do about it. There was nothing I can do about it then. Because, you send the police to the door and she gives this wide eye, oh, it wasn't me. I don't know what they're doing. But then again, she'd go ahead and open another credit card and the bill would come to my house in my name. So, yeah, there's a little anger attached to this still. But I've never been able to own a credit card in my lifetime because of that. And other things, So anyway, what I'm telling you, the reason I'm telling you is I don't like to go get a bank loan. I don't like to borrow the money and pay interest on money that I'm going to own anyway. It just doesn't seem right. I've never had to use it, never wanted to use it. I'm still aggravated at the banks and aggravated at the credit card companies and all that who couldn't just see that this was happening to me and help me fix it. So I've never had a credit card. Never could get one. Now I don't ever want one. So they can just go take it and stuff it somewhere. And that's the way it is. So even in this game, my prejudice about that is hanging out. So I don't like to go get a bank loan. I want to earn the money all by myself, have the money in my pocket, and when I need to go buy something, buy it from the sweat of my brow, buy it from the money I earned, not money I borrowed. Because borrowing money, I believe, it's the root of all evil. The interest will kill you. Although it might be nice. I've had other friends. Hell, even my son. Not even had a job yet. And this is the rest of that story that really infuriated me. He had a dog named Tammy. He applied for a credit card and they sent him a credit card. He didn't even have a job. Really? He was like 17, didn't have a job. And they sent his dog a credit card. I looked at that and was like, no, that's really not funny. He was laughing his butt off at it, but that's not funny. That's not funny that I could never get a credit card my entire life, and they give one to a dog, and they give one to a kid who's never had a job. Really? Sorry. I get angry when I think of that. My luck, the way my life is gone is sort of in the twilight zone. I've had things happen like this. All kinds of different things in my life happen to me over and over and over again. And what kind of, who does this kind of stuff happen to? I don't know of anybody having this happen to except me. And this is like this Twilight Zone material. I'm going to see if he wants to pipe that out. It's in there. Get a full load and go sell it. I'm only half full. I might be able to fill this. The seeds are very small, so I guess they pack really good in this thing, in this trailer. I should get a good yield because I fertilized it, but yeah, so that's why I don't like getting bank loans in this game. I don't like borrowing the money. I don't like, I want to spend the money myself. The credit cards, all that borrowing, going to the bank, no. And that's why. So as we play this game, if I really want to get something and I have to cringe to go to the bank, that's, why I'm cringing. Because I'd rather eat a spoonful of dirt than go borrow money. Because it would taste about the same in my mouth as I go to borrow the money. And I parked right at this right point, didn't I? Yes? Perfect. Let's see, do I get a full load? Now these big combines, the really big ones, my God, do they hold a lot. This is just a little dinky starter combine. You wait till we get the bigger ones. Wait till we get a couple more fields and have to get a bigger one. You could buy a couple of houses for what they cost. Which is why when I first started this game, I wanted to sell off everything, get that loan off me right now. I got to get that thing gone. It's just not enjoyable for me. And we're almost there, 60%. Maybe one more load and we'll be full. Maybe we'll get 2 truckloads out of this. Yeah, who am I kidding? We're gonna get a load and a half out of this. We're gonna have to get another. This has got to be a lot of money. This better be. If it's not, we're screwed. I need to pay off the loan and buy the other field and start replanting here. As soon as I set this load off, I need to get the seeder out here. Now, I don't think I have to retill, but it's a different game than before. I may have to retill and then replant, and then again go ahead and fertilize. But you probably don't want to watch all of that. You just want to watch the big stuff. You want to watch the numbers roll in after I get this field planted. And I'm doing the whole episode here just messing around with getting half a field. So let's see if I can get a little bit more if he'll tip it off. I know 60% isn't good enough, but... And yeah, I do like hiring the worker and having him automatically go and run up and down these rows because it's time consuming and painful. Now, if you have several of these fields that you're running this chase truck behind to go pick up this and go pick up that and make sure it's completely full and then go run it to the market or run it to your silos, then you have stuff to do every single second, especially when you're harvesting. But I'm going to wind up getting a couple of tractors, but they're going to be better tractors than this. And, you know, one's going to be for seeding, and one's for tilling, and one for, you know, I'll have a bunch of people under my employment, yeah, you know what I mean. And let's see. Let's pop into the cabin here. Oh, yeah, look at that. Nice animation on that. Even the grass is going the right way. Gotta take a look at this. Wow, you can't see it in there. I want to take a look at underneath. How's the grass moving and stuff? Wow. Look at the way they've done this. And there goes the pipe out. Stop for a second before the turn. See if we can fill up. Yeah, we were only half full. And he's going to turn around and do it again. Some of the bigger combines, I think, have GPS tracking and everything else when they do a field. And they're like almost robotic. Other than, you know, they have to have a driver for messing things up, but you know, give it another 40, 50 years, and I bet you these kind of things would be completely robotic. Where you just have some operator sitting in a tractor somewhere running a program to hit the stop switch if something happens. Yeah. Let's switch back. See what we got. No, we got 3/4. We still have to wait for him to do another run, at least. Oh, I could go drop this off and let him completely fill up, you know. I can't wait. I really want to find out what some of this is worth. And if I remember right, this is where we're going over this way to the flour mill, right? Yes. Down 17 to the flour mill. That was the highest price. It's only 3/4 of a load, but that's all right. Let's get some money in the account. Then we'll come back and get the rest of it. This is where you get jobs now. The first game I was playing, right there at that bulletin board, the first game I was playing, they showed up on your screen, and they got in the middle of everything, and it got real annoying, you know, after a while. And it's a good thing that they did put those on the board, because I don't like to play with those. I just like to do my own thing. And if I really get hard up for money and, you know, my machinery's broken or something and I have to do odd jobs, then that's alright, I'll go do odd jobs. But I really do want to do it just this way, just doing it by the field. I am thinking about doing cows, though, too. The milk truck and automatic milker work like automatically. So all you have to do is, to really get cows going, is just grass. So I'd have a mower and what was it? One of those chippers that picks up the grass, and you tip that into the food truck to fill it up, and then you buy cows, and you keep buying cows. Now look at the price, see what we got. Look at that price go up. I was hoping for more. 18,000, nothing to sneeze at, but I was hoping for more. So if we got half a field and it's 18 or 20,000, we're looking maybe 35,000 for this whole field, which is, I was hoping for more. Which means I'm going to have to do this field another 4 or 5 times before I can afford the next field. And I have to make sure that my loan is completely paid off at the bank. Which I might go ahead and take a run up there on the way back, just to make sure it's completely paid off now that I have 20,000 here. And what I'll do is I'll just set these guys to, you know, reseeding the field. As soon as that harvester's done, the combine's done, I'm putting it away, and then we're going to reseed the field and let it regrow. I'm pretty sure all I have to do is reseed it. I don't know if I want to actually go ahead and fertilize it this time, but who knows? Maybe I will. It shouldn't cost that much. I'm just going to go right past the bank here, the farm place, and check the ATM, and then turn around and come back home and see if he's got more he picked up. Now, I have enough equipment to do this operation properly, which is a good thing. And don't want to own anything, so how much more do I have to repay? The loan is still $15,000. You're kidding me. Well, that was a very expensive logging mistake. You have to pay for your mistakes. This is my repaying the mistakes, this field, then the next field will be pure profit. The field after that will be pure profit, and I will get it. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and replant this field 2 or 3 times, harvest it 2 or 3 times, and then when I'm ready to buy the next property next door, then run the next episode. At least that's what I'm thinking. You don't want to watch me replant this field 3, 4, 5 times in order to get enough money together. I know you don't. I wouldn't. So, yeah, why don't we do that? I'll go ahead and run this for a while, and I'll play this for a while, and I'll call you back in on the next episode when we have enough money to purchase the next field, which is what, 17? I'm coming. He's not gonna wait for me. I'm not driving over the crops. So you better be able to hit the other side and turn around. Look what you did. You idiot. You're going to make me drive over the crops. At least you got a full tank. His full tank will get me, what? Yeah, and I'm going to make you stay right there because I'm not driving over a lot of these crops. %, 18. His full tank only gets me 19% on my tipper. At least it doesn't damage the crops to drive over them, huh? His full tank only gets me 19% on the tipper. Look at that. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and continue going on this, and I'm going to sell it off and pay off the loan from my stupidity. And then we'll plant more crops. And when those get up, we'll harvest those, and I'll do this. I'll do the whole thing, rinse and repeat 3, 4, 5 times. Until I get enough money, which is about $200,000 for the field behind me here, number 17. Then I'll invite you back to take a look at my farm again and to see how things are going. Right now, thank you for coming on the journey with me, and please smash that like button and smash that subscribe button because I really need it. And I will catch you next episode.